We have a very special guest today on the bridge. Alessia Donzello is a YouTuber, and she is a polyglot. We're going to talk to her about what it's like to live in China and get some tips and tricks for learning languages from someone who's an expert at it.
I don't define myself to be a polyglot because I can speak 4 languages. Maybe a polyglot is like someone who speaks 5 or more languages, but yes.
Well, for those of us who only speak one or two, when you say you can speak four, that sounds unimaginable to me. It's like some character in a James Bond movie or something. So let's just get a little bit of background on you. You're originally from Italy, is that right?
Yes, I'm from Italy. And when I was 17 years old, I went to China because I won a scholarship. And then it started all from there. I started studying Chinese. Now I can speak Chinese fluently. And also I studied Spanish. Of course, Italian is my native language and English is my second language.
So English and Italian, they have common ancestry with Latin and other language groups, but Chinese is completely different. Did you notice that when you were learning Chinese that it was significantly harder than learning other European languages?
It's impossible not to notice that, Yeah, Chinese is crazy hard. So you need a lot of motivation and a lot of passion to actually learn it. If you don't have these two, I think it's impossible to learn it because they are crazy different. The grammar structure is different. The thing that in Italian you have an alphabet, in Chinese you don't have an alphabet, you have pinyin, you have the characters.
You mentioned coming to China at 17 on a scholarship. Was that to study Chinese? Is that what your major was?
No, basically when I was in high school, I was studying music. So I was playing piano, but at the same time, I would study philosophy, I would study literature, math, science, like any other kid, But then I heard about an organization, which is called AFS, who organize this kind of programs. Like you can go abroad and then you study there for 1 year. And when you come back, you can actually graduate from high school.
So let me understand, you only spent 1 year in China, is that right?
Yeah.
In which city did you live?
I lived in the north of China in Jiangsu, which is a city that is pretty much close to the Russian borders.
Wow.
So you can actually see Russia,
Do you speak any Russian?
No. It's not like that. It's not like you in there aren't Russian people, Right. If you go there, people will be like, oh my God, a foreigner, because they have never seen foreigners. So no, I cannot speak Russian.
Well, could you tell us about your experience in China? What did you think about life in China, living in China? What was your 10-month experience like? What kind of things? I'll ask a few other more specific questions later. What was your general impression of living in China?
Okay, when I went back to Italy, I was like, okay, I don't think I'll go back there. I was like, after 10 months, I was so shocked. I was so tired because I've been studying Chinese every single day from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Wow.
Like Chinese people, So I was actually so tired that I was like, okay, no, it's not like I want to have to deal with, these people again. And I was like that.
If you are enjoying this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and to leave to this video a big like.
In terms of, for students who are considering this super compressed program where you study all day, you sound like it was not pleasant. Is it something that you would recommend, or something you would tell people to avoid doing?
Okay, actually, this program, it doesn't you go to that country because AFS can send you to 46 different countries, if I'm not wrong.
Wow.
But it's not like you're going to study the language. The program is designed to go there and, to experience the culture. It's not for learning the language. But the thing is that when I got there, the school was like, okay, because, in China, the schools are like, we want to become the best school in China. So they were like, okay, you are going to study Chinese and you're going to do it in an effective way because we want you to reach HSK 5 in the shortest amount of time possible. For example, I reached HSK 5 in 8 months. And, we were like the best school in China for that, because other schools were like, okay, we don't care about our other, our international students, or they were maybe teaching them, but they could just reach HSK 4 or HSK 3. So it was not about the program, it's
Hmm.
about the school where I went, that they were stressing this to us. They were like, okay, you need to study Chinese and you need to do it well. There were people coming, interviewing us. They were like, okay, you speak Chinese. Let us hear how you speak Chinese. And we were like, always saying this thing, okay, I'm from Italy. I came here. I like China, you know.
So can I ask you, is this the textbook you used?
No.
No, you used a different textbook. I'm just checking.
Yeah.
This is the textbook that I have not aspired to that yet. I'm still in the HSK 4. I'll move on to that someday. I'm not sure when. But I found well, that's really interesting. So there's a very high pressure environment in that particular school where they wanted you to learn Chinese. You felt that pressure made your experience less than pleasant. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, yes. It was like we could only study and we couldn't, go outside and enjoy, because, the other students that came with that organization, they were actually having fun. They were doing nothing. Now, it's not like I wanted to do nothing, but at the same time, I wanted to rest a little bit, When it's too
Mhm.
much, it's too much. For example, on Sunday, we would have to go to class from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. On
Mm.
Saturday, we also had classes. We didn't have enough time to rest. And so I was like, oh my God. But then, after some months spent in Italy, after China, I gradually, I don't know, maybe I recovered. I don't know. And I started again dreaming about China and saying, like, okay, I want to go there and study in university.
Did you?
I did. I did
So you
actually. I
came,
did my
you
bachelor's
returned to
degree.
China to study at university. What city did you return to? Obviously somewhere
Shanghai.
else. Shanghai.
Yeah,
So you
Shanghai.
you can I ask? Is it all right? What university in Shanghai did you attend?
Shanghai International Studies University.
And was this a more pleasant experience?
Yeah, of course. When you are in university, you do everything by yourself. It's not like there's someone pushing you. And if you talk to Chinese students, they would also say that in high school they feel pressured,
Mhm.
while in
Yeah, yeah,
university they are
sure, sure.
much more free.
Well, can I ask you? I know you clearly that one year in northern China seemed overly intense and maybe was mentally stressful. But did it prepare you to speak Chinese more fluently while you were in university in Shanghai?
Of course, because you want to study in a Chinese university, then you need to have HSK 5. You cannot enter, if you don't have HSK 5. So it gave me all I needed to enter university. And of course, when I enter university, I decided to study my major, which is political science, completely in Chinese.
Wow.
So I wasn't using English.
Wow. I've heard a lot of people come to China to study Chinese, but coming to Chinese university to study in their major in Chinese, that's a whole nother level. That's quite impressive. So, could you tell us about your life in China, in Shanghai, and during university, and how was that? Did you enjoy living in Shanghai?
Yeah, Shanghai is like my favorite city in the world.
Wow.
I've traveled a lot in Europe, but it's not the same, I am a big city girl. I like big cities with this fast-paced
Mm,
rhythm of life. And yeah, Shanghai is beautiful and it's also convenient in the sense that transportation is good. If you want to eat Italian food, you can find Italian food, even though, maybe like once I eat Italian food once in 6 months when I'm in China. It's not like
mm.
I eat Italian food every single day. But if I want to find a Mexican restaurant or whatever, you can find everything.
I find that I'm in Beijing. I have not lived in Shanghai. I've been there like 10 times. Actually, the last time I was in Shanghai, I was staying in a hotel, and I remember ordering my favorite American fast food every day to the hotel because we don't have that as much in Beijing. Anyways, yeah, Shanghai is very, very nice. Can you tell us a little bit about about your life in Shanghai specifically? Besides going to classes, what kind of things did you walk in the park or going out with the girls at night? What kind of lifestyle did you have?
At the beginning, I didn't have much time for going outside because I was studying a lot. But in the last year, I actually had a lot of fun because, I was writing my thesis because I decided to do a double degree.
Wow.
The second degree is in journalism.
Wow.
And then I also had an internship. I was doing an internship, a 6-month internship. Then I got the job for after graduation. Yeah, but I decided to do not accept it.
Well, what was it in? Was that journalism?
No, it was in marketing.
Wow. So you did a 6-month internship in Shanghai in marketing. That's in Chinese.
Yeah, of course.
Wow. That's amazing.
It was a Chinese company, but it was a multinational company. So they were developing themselves in Europe. So that's the reason why they needed me, because they needed someone who could understand the culture and understand what the clients needed here in Europe.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, your exposure to multiple languages gives you insights into other cultures. When you're learning a language, typically you need to learn the culture along with the language in order to understand the context and why the language is expressed in that way.
If you want to know more about how I learned Chinese in 8 months, then you must watch this video.